Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today is a Wednesday, and I'm actually going to leave the flat today because I haven't left the flat since Monday night now, so I'm going to head on out at least a little bit. I may go and clean my car out today. Today I am going to be sorting out my car insurance at long last because, well, it's up for renewal next month. And I forgot to do it yesterday. I was going to do it yesterday and completely forgot, so I've set a reminder on my phone. But that's the aim of the game. Otherwise though, today, ladies and gentlemen, we had a productive morning because we got up and last night we cleared the hamster's tube out so that she couldn't, we took all of her bedding out, all of her food out of a tube to stop her basically making a nest in there because it's not very good for her. And when we put her back, she didn't, she just kind of played around a bit, and then she didn't really take anything back up. But in the morning we were like, if she's reset up that nest, what we're going to do is we're going to take the tube and we're going to clean it. Because we've read when we're looking up things like should they sleep in their tube all the time, they say like, or sometimes they'll move to their tube because their bed's been disturbed, like their bed's been cleaned. Because it's been cleaned, it doesn't smell like them anymore and they feel like a predator's come along and messed up their nest, so they moved the nest somewhere else. So we got her up this morning, put her in a little bowl, took the tube out, because the problem is, like, there are two holes here in the cage for the tube to go in, and we don't have a way of blocking those tubes. She's currently in there, look, just snacking away, so this obviously didn't work. But we took the tubes off, we sprayed them clean with like an animal disinfectant spray thing, which we'll be using to clean the entire cage when we clean the cage at the weekend. Because what we're doing at the moment is like every 2 or 3 days we clean the corner. She's quite good, she has a wee in one corner. Clean the corner, she has a wee in, and then every night we're cleaning out the tube, and the tube seems to be where where the majority of her poo is. But like rabbit poo, no one really gives a fuck about hamster poo. It's just like little thingy seeds, by the by. So yeah, we get this out, we painstakingly spray this disinfectant on everything. She's running around in a ball having an absolute bloody whale of a time. We then wash it, we dry it out and all that kind of stuff, and we put her back in a cage. She runs straight up there and starts making a nest again. So I mean, like, short of removing all of her stuff every night, there's not much else we can do, really. I mean, yeah, so it's just going to have to be a case of rethinking it. Because what we thought about putting the other bed back in as well, but she actively uses this bed as like a plaything. She chews on it and stuff, but she doesn't with the other bed. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she doesn't see it as a bed because she uses it as a plaything. She's got the playthings in the wrong order. It's supposed to be using the tube, damn it. Anyway, that's your Graham update for the morning. Otherwise, I am in here. I've just sorted out my daily vlog. And I am programming away, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be making some more progress on this. I'm going to attempt to finish it and move on to the next thing, truth be told, but we shall see how that goes. But yeah, like I say, today I might either go, depends on whether it's raining or not. I'm either going to clean my car, because my car is filthy and deserves a clean. By clean it, I don't know whether I'm going to take it somewhere to clean it or not. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. And otherwise, I might go up to Cribs Causeway to pick up Laura something for Valentine's. So, yeah. Either way, need to get out at some point. Can't just sit inside all the time. Give me my glasses. It's time to start writing some code, mother. Is it time to break into my Spotify Discover list? Might be. It might bloody well be. I have it quite set up as well, look, so I can't actively distract myself with YouTube videos and stuff, because I have code here, tests, the actual code, and then I have everything else here. So I have like all the tests, the solution, version control, and properties, which I don't understand why. I never use properties. Outputs and errors down here, so that whenever I want to do code, well, sometimes it's annoying because I'll be Googling stuff and then I'll be like, okay, so I'll just type here, and then as soon as I click on something, so say like I've got, not my emails, lol, let's say like I've got Chrome open here, and then I click on this, it just automatically goes away. So it's quite, it stops me watching things on YouTube and stuff, but it doesn't stop me from listening to stuff, obviously. But yeah, that's a good decision I make. It's also one of the problems with having more than one screen, because you get used to it and then you make the most of that screen. And then this is why I didn't want to go to 3 screens when I had the opportunity to on my placement, because I knew it wouldn't be enough, because every now and again I will shimmy this half so that it's just like a third, and then I'll put one of these panes here. Only sometimes though. But I do like being encapsulated by it, and it's so much better now that it's like an eye line. It's great, it really is. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so I have the builds building, I've got the results returning back. The results are they're a bit threadbare, they need expanding, but that's something that we can look at a later date when it's required. I'm now going to be looking into running the tests themselves, but I need to start going back and I need to start managing my threads a little bit better. I had to do a bit of work to get the information back from the module that knew it. Like at the moment, what I'd essentially done was imagine a core. So I've got like a core where you talk to it at the top and then it goes through, then into this spools up a couple of threads to do what it needs to do, comes back, then down and along, spools up its threads. This had no idea that the threads were going on. However, on the basis of the build, if the build failed for whatever reason, it's likely that the core is going to have to be able to go back to step 1 and redo this once or twice, whereas everything else needs to start going onwards. So I need to start treating things as threads from an earlier date, I think, from an earlier point. I mean, like, it's okay to start with, so I need to do like a little bit of refactoring around there in order to better support the threads. But then otherwise, once I've got this now, do I need to do acceptance tests on that? I probably do. So do I do acceptance tests, or do I move on to running thingy to... we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I don't actually fancy a cup of tea. I was about to say let's go get a cup of tea, but I don't actually want one. I want to step away from computer though, I'm thinking. Well, hello Graham, are you awake? You're awake a little bit, are you? Hey Graham, you alright mate? You're okay, you're half awake, aren't you? You don't want to open your eyes too much. Oh Graham, you're so cute, even though you're not supposed to be in there. Imagine how much better you'd sleep if I couldn't pester you like this. Oh, sorry, and that is, I was talking. Something I can do, ladies and gentlemen, because I just got a confirmation for the details of my, what's it called? That interview I was telling you about. You know what? I'm going to cave and I'm going to have lunch early. It doesn't make sense to start the next big chunk of work and then half an hour into it, have lunch. So I'm going to have lunch early and be done with it, alright? Get off my back. Yep, that interview's all booked in. It's on 5 o'clock on Friday. Seems like a crazy late time to... What am I going in there for? A crazy late time to start an interview. So, who knows? But yeah, so all organised, all happy days. I've just got to do a bit more research into the company and then... Oh gosh, we're good. It kind of ruins my plans for lunches though, but we'll figure something out. Right, let's make some sandwiches, get my Nexus as well, and watch Lilyhammer for an hour lunch. Fucking life I lead, ladies and gentlemen. I just have a whale of a time. 2K42. I just do the same thing every day on cycle. You can basically just watch one video on loop. Just do that instead of waiting for the next one to upload. Lunch has been had. I'm now going to go make myself a cup of tea. Now it's a cup of tea that I thought I wanted earlier but didn't. I had my lunch and then Graham got up and woke up a little bit, had a walk around, looked at me. I think she likes it when you sit, not necessarily when you sit near her, because she's not bothered. If I sit here talking, she doesn't like it. But if you sit here and just like put TV on or something and then just like chew, it's really weird. She's fascinated by it. She's like, oh, what's this? What are you eating? I want a bit of that. Like a dog, whenever you eat, she like legitimately gets excited. She's like, what's going on over here? So it's quite strange. So I was having crunchy nut this morning, which is obviously quite crunchy, and then my crisps, which are obviously quite crunchy. She's just like, and then she'll look away, and then you'll like eat another crisp, and she'll be like, it's ever so strange. She comes right up to the edge as well, like. But yeah, anyway, just sort of on my car insurance stuff. I well, I was thinking about washing my car and heading out. Well, the weather is quite like spitty and rainy and a bit miserable. So I'm not going out. Not going out just yet. I'll do it at some point in the week. Or they're saying this, not tomorrow. Or maybe Friday. I also said I might go to Cribs in order to go and pick up some stuff for this bloody door. For Valentine's, but I'm not. Purely because I only know one thing I want to get, so I want to make sure that I've got the other thing in my mind and sorted before I head up there. Makes sense? Instead of doing 2 journeys. And also, tomorrow I'm going to be going to... Oh, I got tea. Tomorrow I'm going to be going to town to have lunch with Laura. So, as I normally do on Thursdays, it's my lunch with Laura day. So there's a chance I'll pick stuff up then or whatever. So what I have sorted out was my car insurance. I got quoted for my current car insurance provider. They quoted me £800. Bear in mind last year I paid 690 and then I added on some stuff, foolishly. This year, where nothing's changed, it's gone up to 800. So I did a couple of quotes online, and the cheapest quote I could get, well no, the cheapest quote I could get was like 500 and something, but I went for the one slightly better because it came with loads of stuff included, like a courtesy car, which would be quite useful for me in an event of a serious incident. Well, not too serious apparently, because apparently if it's a complete write-off and it's my fault, then I'm not insured, but yeah, I'm not insured for the courtesy car anyway, but that's by the by. Yeah, the next one up was £600 plus extras that you may want to get, like the legal cover. It's the only one I'm bothered about this year, except last year when I was foolish and got loads. And most of the things that I'd got additional from previous year, like my what was it called? My radio in audio insurance. That was included and all that kind of stuff. So loads of things were included, so I could take off a load of the optional extras. And they were like, no, it's £800. So I ring them up and they're like, well, we can drop down to 720. And I'm like, right, okay. And then he was like, what's your excess on your next one? And I'm like, it's this figure below £100. He goes, oh, with us it's 900. Yeah. I fucking know, because last year it's cheaper to get insurance. Essentially my plan last year was get insurance for a car because I need it to legally drive, and in the event that I crash it, don't claim, let whatever goes on behind the scenes, but I'm not going to make a claim on my own insurance. I'm just going to fucking write the car off myself and buy a new car. Because that would be cheaper for me than getting a reasonable excess and then buying a new car, because like the excess figure makes a huge difference to the premium change. This year round I don't need an excess, I don't need a voluntary excess anyway, so I've got a compulsory one, which is actually higher than lower than £100, because of my age. Fucking I don't know why they think that because I'm younger, I didn't even pour my tea, I just like fucking boiled the kettle and walked around. Just because I'm younger I have more money to spend on excess charges. Christ, you're already charging me. I wouldn't mind if they weren't already charging me more for the actual insurance than a whatever it is, 25-year-old, which is the age that it becomes cheaper. But yeah, so they were like, this company that I've been with, not made a claim, nothing. They know everything about me. They know I'm a perfect driver. They're like £800, lol. Drop down to 720, but you've got this huge ass excess. If you drop this excess down, then it goes above 900. I'm like, fucking having a laugh, mate. So I've changed to a different company, and it's all good and sorted. So that's happy days for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now making myself a cup of tea, and we're going to get back into some programming before Laura gets back. If Laura's walking back, which she might be, I might walk down and meet her halfway. Just to get out of the house a bit, really, because I haven't been out for ages. Remind me to get some WD-40 on that bloody door, because it squeaks. It's so irritating. You know what? Let's go on an excursion and go and meet Laura as she walks home. She's literally leaving. There's fucking lampshades in this place. She is literally leaving town now. So
we should definitely meet about halfway.
Yeah, that predicament I was in with my controller and making sure that I could thread it and do all this clever fun stuff put me in a bit of a weird scenario where I've had to like kind of refactor the way that my controllers were working. I've originally had like a skeleton where you can change its head and put different heads on it, and that's fine, and then it would have like an arm, another arm, and like a couple of legs and all that kind of stuff, a load of body parts that the skeleton could call upon, as in my human analogy that I'm running here. Attempting to move as much logic as possible out of the skeleton into the limbs and stuff, I guess. The problem is that my limbs are being used differently for different tasks. Like when you first start up, you do this, you do like a build, or you get all the test solutions, you do a build, and you run the tests. Simple as that, really. Later on, you won't want to do that in that order. You might want to do it in a different way, like you'll have different behaviour based on this and maybe based on that. And it became very difficult to test and isolate stuff if it would just flow straight through. So now what I have is I have a main controller and then sub-controllers within that controller that would do like there's a main controller and then another like initialize environment controller. Well, it's called startup controller, but and that will go off and it will get the test solutions, it will build it and get it prepped, ready to run. This means that like I can essentially enforce all of my tests to make sure that I can easily test all of my controllers in isolation, and then in theory the main controller, the skeleton, literally just connects all the ribs together, I guess. Who fucking knows? God damn it. I don't know how to talk about this project without it being boring. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, so I'm heading down into town, well not into town, to meet Laura halfway because I haven't left the house in ages and I need some fresh air. So I'm heading on down here. But I'm excited because Laura says like when she does this walk, she sees this weird like bullet thing. Blimey, the birds. This really cool like electric, not like a wheelchair, but like a little electric buggy come down here, and I'm hoping to bump into it as well because it'll overtake me. So I'll try and get it on camera to see how cool it is. Look how many headlights are on the way here, look. It's ridiculous. Some trees, hear me who. Also, I'm really enjoying how bright it is at night these days, and in the morning. It gets bright a decent amount of time. Summer is on its way, ladies and gentlemen, but it's still nice and cold. The best of both.
We didn't find the bullet, but Graham's going absolutely crackers. She's loving it. The bullet thing couldn't be seen while we were out and about. Right, Graham? What are you doing, love? We think she's been trying to get our attention. So we got back and cooked dinner and stuff. I've been working on my laptop a little bit, but then after dinner, Laura baked some cookies. So we did a bit. I say we. Look, you're crazy. You're literally crazy. See, look, she's now going to climb across. Oh Christ! This is what you do, isn't it? When we're not about. You just go mad at night time. That's why she's in here and not in the bedroom or in the office. But yeah, so we cooked some cookies and stuff, and then we watched TV. I haven't done any programming since. I'm at the point though where I'm watching TV and I'm like, I actually want to do some programming. Man. I'm actually quite excited by the prospect of doing some programming. Come on, Graham. Do the climbing thing. She was like, it's like monkey bars went across a minute ago. It was really funny. Yeah, so we've been trying to get Graham out, like, for ages. We tried to get her out. She was just asleep in a tube, and then, like, she just got up. And now we got her out for like half an hour, and she was running around really fast. We're like, it's too late to put you in the ball. It's too late to put you in your ball, Graham, because it just is, man. We put her back in, and she's just been going crazy since. So she wants to come out, but we're going to bed, so she's not allowed. You're like an hour. We normally get her out at like 8, and then at 10 was when she came out. Oh dear. But anyway, yeah. So got programming to do. I'm finding programming really fun and entertaining, and I'm like, why haven't I been able to do programming? Which is good. It's a good mentality to be in. But yeah, otherwise, after watching Bake Off and stuff, we are heading off to bed. Tomorrow, programming again, and potentially, well, no, going to town for lunch. So, yeah, right. I'll catch you later. Hey guys, watch how fast I can run on this. You ready? You ready? You guys get ready to time me? Get ready to time me? You guys watching? You watching how fast I can go? Whee! Whee!